But the second thing that I was very happy to listen to is that my relationship is as important as every other part of my life. And it happens to all of us. But it's so interesting because speaking with many of them, I was very surprised to discover that there's two things that each of them has in their mind. Like everybody, both male and female, everybody has this in their mind. The first one is that they want to keep their individuality at some level, right? So it's like, of course, my kid is going to be my first priority. Of course, I'm going to do whatever is necessary. But I understand that balance is also part of what's going to keep me sane and basically allow me to be the best possible parent in the world. But the second thing that I was very happy to listen to is that my relationship is as important as every other part of my life. And that's something I think that traditionally all our cultures have typically abandoned. When you ask typically in any culture, like which priorities do you put, right? Myself, my kids, and our relationship. Relationship is always at the bottom. The kids or myself is typically what goes on the top, depending on whether you're in the West or in the East, but the relationships is always on the bottom. And I think that what we're recognizing now is that it's not a pyramid, it's actually a circle. And each of those parts need to work together as a puzzle to ensure that you're going to be happy, but also you're going to give the best possible to your family.
She said, if our marriage is unhappy or we're not treating each other right, what examples we show our kids? And then also, if we're making each other unhappy, how are we going to be happy for our kids? And how are we going to create a happy environment for our kids? So people don't often think about this holistically. They think about it in boxes, right? And they're separate. But altogether, for you to be a happy unit, you need to be happy together.